Hello, welcome to Dungeon Rolls Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today we're reviewing Crisis on Infinite Earths by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. This is the 12-issue miniseries that was the huge comic book event of our lifetimes. Honestly, this is considered the best one, and it started a lot of trends, right? With how to handle multiverses and how to handle reboots, because this was one of the first major reboots of the of comics ever, right? So George Perez apparently had this story in mind after reading Crisis on Two Earths, right? This is kind of like an unofficial sequel to that, right? Back in the day, there used to be only two Earths in the DC universe: Earth 1 and Earth 2. Earth 2 is where a lot of the Golden Age superheroes lived, like the JSA, and you had old Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. And Earth 1 was where they put a lot of the Silver Age superheroes, right? Like the Justice League of America and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, right? Yeah, so this was a 12-issue miniseries, and the story for this revolves around a character called the Monitor, which here you can see the Monitor and his arch nemesis, Anti-Monitor. And the Anti-Monitor is this character who's from a universe called the Antimatter Universe, and he figures out that for every positive matter universe he destroys, he gets stronger, right? So it's a lot like the Jet Li movie, The One, where Jet Li has an evil doppelganger who's going around the different multiverses killing himself so he can become more powerful and eventually become a god. If you ever seen the Jet Li movie, The One, which I have on Blu-ray somewhere, right? So the Monitor knows this is going on and recruits superheroes from all the different universes into one, right? And here you can see some of the different superheroes, right? You got this guy who I forget his name, but he's like a magician from Atlantis, right? You got Firebrand from Earth 2, Simon the psychic villain, which you got Luthor from Earth 3, who's like the only superhero on Earth 3. That's where the crime syndicate is, and you can actually see a member of the crime syndicate there. There's Ultraman, right? Yeah, also Hal Jordan is dead at this point, so you got John Stewart, Hal Jordan. There's also this character. There's three original characters in this series, right? There's Pariah, and there's Harbinger, and then there's Alexander Luthor from Earth 3, which the series starts off with the death of the destruction of positive matter universes, and here you have Pariah, who was one of the people who first discovered the existence of the antimatter universe, and during the experiment, he unleashed the Anti-Monitor, and his world was destroyed, and now he's trapped to to show up on worlds about to be destroyed by the Antimatter Universe, which is a wave of white light that destroys everybody, right? This happens on Earth 3, and here we find the origin of Alexander Luthor, who's a baby, right? Who gets sent into a rocket, and ends up on Earth 1, where he grows up and is caught by the Monitor and trained to save the world, right? Save all life from the Anti-Monitor, right? So in the beginning, like they with the help of Harbinger, which is Lila, his the Monitor's adopted daughter, they summon superheroes and villains to save everybody. You got King Salvar from Gorilla City. You got Dawn Star from Legion of Superheroes. Right? Oh, there's Firebrand in her costume. She's from Earth 1. Earth 2, sorry. Right? There's Blue Beetle gets summoned. This sorcerer from Atlantis, I forget his name. Firestorm and Killer Frost gets summoned. Also Psycho Pirate, right? And here are other characters that get summoned. You got like Earth 2 Superman, Obsidian, John Stewart, Green Lantern. You got Dr. Polaris, who has magnetic powers, Geoforce, and Cyborg, right? And then there's Simon, right, the psychic dude. Yeah, so what ends up happening is that everything goes crazy. Our heroes eventually find out what's going on. They get sent to stop the Anti-Monitor. Unfortunately, Barry Allen Flash gets captured by the Anti-Monitor for some reason, right? And like here, you get to see really cool cameos of the different, comic book characters from different genres. You got like all the different World War II superheroes, like the comic book characters like Jeb Stewart and the Haunted Tank. You got Sergeant Rock. The Losers are here as well, right? Which I think that's some of the losers there. Which the losers get killed like right away. Also, you got like Kamandi, the last boy on Earth, right? You also get you got the birth of the new Dr. Light here, who's Japanese, right? Who the Anti-Monitor created her. Also, you got to see cameos from the different Western superheroes. I'm trying to find them. Here they are. You see Jonah Hex and Batlash. There's a guy named Nighthawk. I forget this guy's name, but yeah. The Monitor goes through different looks throughout the series. Yeah. So yeah. Also, here's Nightshade and Peacemaker. Which, gotta say, I do like Nightshade's new costume. I hate, like, this old one sucks, but, alright. So, yeah, okay, so that, other stuff that happens is that, Brainiac and Luthor from Earth 1, after they think the Monitor was destroyed, end up attacking the remaining Earths and try to take over, only to find out that, hey, the Monitor is still alive, right? And they have to join forces. Also, you can see like the Atom is here in his like sort of the Atom costume, which I forget. Like, the Atom's like a really cool, like, comic series where the Atom shrinks himself and is, like, in, like, this fantasy-like world, right? So that was pretty cool. Well, lots of cameos from different, like, superheroes, from all over the DC universe. You got the Doom Patrol, you got the Metal Men, you got even, like, the Creepers here. The Outsiders, Hawk and Dove, the Marvel family, almost everybody and their brothers here, right? Which here you can see the battles between like the superheroes and the supervillains, right? Which they end up joining sides again once they realize the anti-monitor's still alive. So yeah, that's one of the problems I have with this series is like the anti-monitor like has like 3 fake deaths in this series only to come back again, right? And like um and twice like our heroes were fooled. Like, well, the third time around, he didn't stay dead for long, right? So yeah, I gotta say, I like this series, and I thought it was a really cool way to handle reboots. You had like all they had all these different uh, different continuities and Earths where like some heroes lived in this world and some heroes lived in that world. So like they decide to have this big epic story so they can have this like have this excuse to fuse all the different continuities together so you can so like everything can make sense again. Which kind of sucks because a lot of the counterparts uh, like get killed off just to make like just to keep things simple. So like you have like the old Robin, like old Dick Grayson Robin gets killed. You have like a Green Arrow gets killed, which I wasn't sure if that was our Green Arrow or a different Green Arrow because he had like he had his old costume, but I didn't see a different Green Arrow. But yeah, like which you can see actually you can see Green Arrow right there in his like more modern costume. So maybe he was here. I don't know. I didn't see him. But yeah, the book does go on longer than it needs to be, and like a lot of like lot of like repeating itself, right? But other than that, I really enjoyed this series. Lots, you gotta see lots of characters, man. Lots of characters. Look at all those characters, man. Oh my god. Right? And like there was some very cool epic moments like you got to see the Spectre get turn into a giant and wrestle the anti-monitor, right? You have like heroic sacrifices, like not just like when people talk about this series, people mostly talk about how Barry Allen the Flash died. It wasn't just Barry Allen who died in this series. Lots of people died, right? Including characters that I knew died. I didn't know they died in this series. Nobody talks about how like well, spoiler alert, Dawn from like Hawk and Dove died in this series. I had no idea. Man. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention I forgot to show Alexander Luthor. Let's see if I'll just show him in the sketch. Is he in the sketches? Oh no, he's not. Oh, there you see like Dick Grayson, old Dick Grayson die from Earth 2. Such a shame. Man, I can't seem to find Alexander Luthor. The one time I need him. Oh, here you can kind of see him. Yeah, a lot of great art by George Perez. Here's the Freedom Fighters. Man, there's just so many cameos in this crossover. This is truly one of the best crossovers of all time. And Secret Wars completely ripped it off. Not Secret Wars from the 80s, like the 2015 one, which they're gonna do in the MCU. Apparently they're planning on doing the Secret Wars from like 2015 in the MCU, which is like what? It's so they can bring in like Miles Morales like into like the regular MCU probably, like they did in the comics. Yeah, like great art, lots of cool cameos, great action, cool stories, um, lot of epic battles in this series. And for your Teen Titans fans, lot of scenes with the Teen Titans. There'll be a lot of quips from Beast Boy, though he's not like very useful in this series. But then again, neither is Batman. Batman does nothing really, other than like the only thing Batman does is confirm when everybody's confused after the second battle of the Anti-Monitor. He shows up to be like, "Oh yeah, I found out that all the remaining Earths like fused into one." That was the only like useful like moment Batman had. Which here you can see Batman. Yeah, so if I were to give this a rating, I would say solid 8 out of 10. This needs every DC fan needs this in his collection, right? And that's all I gotta say for this review, guys. For my next review, I'm getting sick of reviewing. Uh, I love old comics, but I need to take a break from 80s and 90s comics. So for our next review, we're going to review a more modern comic, Squadron Supreme by J. Michael Straczynski, the pre-war years, which has been a while since we reviewed any Squadron Supreme. This is like, I think, like a Marvel, this was, I think, a Marvel Max book, right? It's M-rated, which collects issues 1 through 7 of the Squadron Supreme from 2006. Yeah, so the great art by Gary Frank here, who did Batman Earth 1.